Let's get to our feet, everyone. Please be standing.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows.
Please be seated. Hello and welcome. I'm Jen McKenzie, and it's my honour to be officiating today's wedding between Nick and Rahel. Today, we take a break from our usual routines to experience one of life's most magical moments, as two very special people take their individual lives and join them in the union of marriage. A marriage ceremony represents one of life's greatest commitments, as it calls upon us to share the very best of ourselves with the one we love. Marriage inspires our deepest and most selfless motivations as we put the happiness of someone else before ourselves. Today, Nick and Rahel share their love not just with each other, but also with all of you, their closest friends and family. And on behalf of them, I welcome you all here today. However, we do notice that Rahel's grandma couldn't join us, but we know that she is sending you all her love from sunny California, and she will be so absolutely proud seeing you stand here today, Rahel. Today's ceremony isn't the start of a new relationship. It's a continuation of their love and their friendship. Their love story goes back to New Year's Eve 2018, where they both went to a masquerade party at Hopper's Bar in Ponsonby. Nick was with a group of friends, and Rahel was with her sister and friends too. They both were having a pretty good night, but just after midnight, Nick, who had broken the rules and removed his mask, caught Rahel's eye. He instantly was taken with her beauty. But if we're honest, Rahel thought he was a bit of a player. Luckily for us all, Nick worked up the courage to start a conversation, and from there, Rahel decided to give him a chance. They instantly fell into easy chat, and soon the two groups of friends were hanging out into the very early hours of the morning. What a way to start the new year. Just a week later, Nick, who didn't get Rahel's number, but luckily got her Insta handle, he messaged her and asked her out on a date to Holy Moly. We're quite proud to say Rahel definitely won. That night, they shared Mexican food and their very first kiss. They quickly fell in love, with their love being built on a friendship of trust, laughter, pushing each other, and achieving their goals and dreams together. They know they've found their person who will support them, help them, and they can share all their deepest fears and dreams with. Nick had no doubts that one day he would be standing here looking into Rahel's beautiful eyes, declaring his love to her. But first, he needed to ask her a very important question. So, in November 22, Nick and Rahel took a trip to Fiji. And one night, they went out for dinner, and at the beachfront restaurant at the Hilton, Nick started talking about their journey and how much he loved her. I'm not sure if Rahel perhaps had a niggly feeling of what was coming, but when Nick got down on one knee and asked Rahel the most important question of all, it was the easiest yes she's ever said. And despite her excitement and happiness, she was a little emotional. But with the Fijian Hilton staff singing and clapping and getting into the moment, it was easy to just bask in the happiness and love of the moment. Together, Nick and Rahel are a formidable team. They love to hang out, walk their dog, Zach, who's just there right in the middle, as if on cue.
Yeah.
I planned it that way, I promise. They enjoy Rahel's baking, shopping, and they go fishing, with Nick being quite the good fisherman. They enjoy watching movies, any genre will do, and they love to hike, having tackled hikes on the big island of Hawaii, the Pinnacles, Tongariro Crossing, just to name a few. They are real foodies and enjoy a glass of wine, so getting married here at Mudbrick was such an easy choice for them both. They love to travel and have visited Fiji, Singapore, Hawaii, Nepal, India, and all around New Zealand, with Queenstown, Hawke's Bay, Wanaka, and Rotorua being a few favourites. They're both so proud of each other and how they've managed their ups and downs. Together, they've laughed, they've agonised over buying a house, they've cried, and they've achieved all their goals. Rahel thinks that Nick is kind, funny, a little opinionated, but mostly totally loving. Nick laughs and adds that Rahel is organised, caring, beautiful, and his very best friend. Together, they can't wait to continue their lives, and they want to do more travelling, with Brisbane and the Gold Coast first on their list as their honeymoon. They want to start a family and continue to go on spontaneous adventures, trying new foods along the way. But mostly, they just can't wait to be married to each other. Today, we celebrate love, we celebrate Nick and Rahel, but we also reflect on the magic of marriage. Today, you commit to sharing your lives, your hopes and dreams with each other. You acknowledge that the journey of life is never straightforward, and each and every day, you will choose each other. You will have your best friend to share your hopes, dreams, and fears. You will laugh together, occasionally cry together, but mostly you will cherish the love and special moments you share together. Nick and Rahel, you met by chance, you fell in love, and you're here today because you're making a choice. You're choosing someone to travel the world with, someone to surfcast with, someone to go out for dinner with, and someone who will always make you laugh. We now ask Rahel's grandma to come forward to share a very special reading with us all.
Yeah, I'm reading from Book of Romans chapter 5, verses 2 and 5. It says, through whom we are gained access of faith into the grace in which we now stand. We boast in hope of the glory of God. Not only so, but we also glory in our suffering, because we know that suffering produces perseverance in character, and character in hope. And hope does not put us into shame, but because love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit in who has given us. So the another reading will be from Corinthians chapter 13. Another reading is Corinthians chapter 13. I'll be reading from verse 4. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it, it does not dishonor others, it is not selfish seeking, it's not easily angered, but it keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. It always protects you, always trusts, always hopes, always prevails.
Nice, good word.
And another one is verse 9. I'll read it from there. For we know in parts, and we prophesy in part, but when completeness comes, when what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought I like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put away all childhood behind me. For now we only reflection as in a mirror, when we shall see face to face. Now I am in part, and I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. Now these three remains: faith, hope, love. But the greatest of these is love.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Thank you so much. Such beautiful words. I now invite Nick and Rahel to share their wedding vows. You guys can hold hands. You do know each other, right? Before this moment, you've been many things to each other. Strangers, friends, partners and equals. And you are about to share your special promises to each other. And whilst individually these words won't mean much, together, when combined, they have an extraordinary power as they take you across the threshold of life, and things will never quite be the same. Nick and Rahel, wedding days go by quickly. And before you share your wedding promises, I ask you to take a moment and a really deep breath. Look into the eyes of your best friend and etch this moment in your mind. This is the moment you've been the most excited about. This is the moment you're a little bit nervous about. And this is the moment where your relationship will change. When life is challenging or you are sad, I ask you to think back to this moment and the very special love you have for each other.
2018 New Year's masquerade party at Hoppers is where we met for the first time. Masks off, we glanced at each other. From that small moment, our lives became intertwined. You have become my best friend, my love, and the one who puts a smile on my face at the end of the day. I realized you were the one when I found out you made the best rocky road I ever set my eyes on. But in all seriousness, it was when I started seeing you in my life, in my future. It was a scenic night, gentle waves folding along the beach, fire dancers giving joy to the crowd by the shore. The sky was cloudy, but the torches lit our way. We were at Maravu restaurant at the Hilton, and I asked you to marry me. A smile lit up your face, and your spirit illuminated with happiness and love, which melted my heart. I vowed to love you. I vowed to keep you smiling in the rain and the sun. I vow not to give big doll treats to Zach, only small ones. I vow to be compassionate and understanding. I vow to always support you through the good times and the hard times. We have an exciting future to build together, and I'm grateful to be doing this with you. As long as I shall live, I love you.
Nick, you came into my life when I least expected it. From the moment we met on New Year's Eve at Hoppers, I knew there was something special about you. It took so much courage for you to walk up to me and start that unforgettable conversation, which went something like, "Hey, how's your night going?" From that night forward, you've always found ways to make moments unforgettable, like our first date at Holy Moly, where we laughed, played mini golf, and got to know each other over a few drinks. Over the last 5 years, we've achieved so much in life and hoped for, like buying our first home together and our car together. Each day, I wake up and know how lucky I am that you're in my life. I love how you're always my biggest supporter, and I always have the last say to everything. I love how you always get my opinion before you make any important decisions. It shows that you value my opinion, and for that, I'll always be grateful. As I stand in front of you in the presence of our loved ones, I promise to stand by your side, to support and cherish you in all seasons of our life together. I promise to be your partner in crime and your comfort in times of sorrow. Nick, I cannot wait to create new memories, go on new adventures, and start a family with you. As we start the next chapter of our lives, I promise to always love you, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. I love you.
As Nick and Rahel have shared their wedding vows, we now ask them to declare their intentions to each other.
I, Nicholas Rice, take you, Rahel Billy, to be my wife, to be my best friend and my partner. I take you to share my life and my heart for the rest of my life.
I, Rahel Pillay, take you, Nicholas Rice, to be my husband, my best friend and my partner. I take you to share my life and my heart for the rest of my life.
Now we invite Rahel and Nick to exchange their wedding rings as a reminder of their wedding vows and promises. A ring is an unbroken circle, a symbol of unity, of unending love, representative of the greater circular life. It's a symbol of continuity, of infinity, and worn on the third finger of the left hand because the vein leads directly to the heart. Today, your rings will look new and shiny and unmarked, but as time passes, that will change, just as your love will deepen. Nick and Rahel, when you take your rings off at night, or to do the dishes, Nick, and then put them back on, remember this moment, remember the vows you've promised to each other, and remember the love you have for each other.
Rahel, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and commitment to you. I promise to support, encourage, and love you forever.
Nick, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and commitment. I promise to support, encourage, and love you forever.
Now that you've given your commitment to each other, we make it official by signing off the paperwork. And we ask two very special people, your two mums, to come forward and sign the wedding documentation as witnesses on behalf of you both. Nick and Rahel, you've stood here today in front of your best friends and family, finally confirming your love and commitment to each other. And there is no reason we should delay your exciting future any further. Therefore, it is my very exciting privilege to officially announce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride! Woohoo! Hey Nick, give us another kiss, would